Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. This is very unlike athletics to be 3 minutes late on the start of our ceremony. We're used to puck drop, game time, all of those things. So I know Steve had to take a little break just to calm down about it, but we'll get back on track really shortly. But in all honesty, what a great turnout here today, and thrilled about that. So I'm Jim McLaughlin, class of '93, Director of Athletics, and I want to welcome everyone to today's Senior Athletic Award Ceremony, which is a great kickoff to what is going to be an outstanding commencement weekend. As I look back at this year, we had so many great achievements by our individual student athletes, our teams that reached the pinnacle of success. But doing all that, always achieving with their priority admirably in the classroom, in the community as well, too. You're going to hear a lot more during the awards session of the program about these achievements, but just to give you a little bit of an idea of the talent that is assembled in this room for a snapshot of the achievements, we have Phi Beta Kappa. There were 54 academic all-district selections and 247 conference all-academic team honorees. There were 67 all-league honors spanning 24 of our 26 sports. There were 3 All-Americans, 19 All-Region performers, and 5 individual NCAA championship qualifiers. We had 1 Conference Player of the Year, a regional title-winning relay team, and an individual conference champion. We also had 1 Conference Rookie of the Year and a Coaching Staff of the Year as well. And we also, one of our students secured the most significant award that I've seen here in my past 20 years, when one of our women's hockey players won the annual ECAC Hockey Mandy Schwartz Award, signifying the top student athlete in all of ECAC hockey. And with these achievements, we also saw so many great moments as well, too. The start of this year, we kicked it off with the 50th anniversary of the celebration of 50th anniversary of women's athletics. And it was really remarkable to see record after record in the 50th season. The field hockey team earned a share of the conference regular season title and finished with the best record since 1988. There's a lot of these, so feel free to hold, but feel free to yell to the rooftops as well. Women's ice hockey team set a new program record for wins in a season and won the first postseason game in program history and returned the Mayor's Cup back to Schenectady. Women's lacrosse earned its first national ranking in a conference championship game for the first time in 10 years with a thrilling win on the road at top 10 ranked. Women's tennis set a program record in wins for the second year in a row and ended the year ranked 37th in the country. Women's golf team broke the program's single season scoring record by almost 10 strokes per round and recorded its best ever finish in the Liberty League Championship. Men's and women's cross country teams sent a combined 3 runners to the NCAA Championship in the fall, with the women qualifying for the second straight year, and for the first time in 50 years, the men's team sending 2 individuals. Women's crew team finished 3rd in the varsity 4 at the Dad Vale and also won the Metropolitan State titles in the second varsity 4, while the men's team was nationally ranked twice during the spring and ended the year by sweeping St. Lawrence. Finished for the first time since 2018 and brought back their 4th straight Mayor's Cup, sweeping RPI for 4 straight years. And this was remarkable to me. You know, every single week I'd pull up our website, it was new record, new program records this season. 5 years, thanks in no small part to Matthew Garside, 3 weekends in a row, hitting a buzzer beater three-pointer that was viewed over 1 million times on social media. Women's basketball made the conference tournament for the 4th straight season and started the year with 11 wins in its first 7. Number 9, Ithaca on homecoming and family weekend and posted its best winning percentage in 10 years. The 50th and final season of Mesa Rink, a building with so many memories, so many great events. And as we move forward and move our hockey programs down to Mohawk Harbor next year, Achilles Center will still stand strong. And this upcoming summer in the fall, we're going to engage in a renovation to turn Achilles Center into a 27,000 square foot indoor turf facility, thanks to the generosity. Be named the Brooks Class of 78 Family Field that will be here. Really excited about that. So when I have our staff meetings every single week, I just compliment the group on all the work that they've done throughout the weekend to make our events a reality, to make our events something special for our parents, our teams, and all of those different individuals. And I'd be remiss if I didn't take the time to make sure that I acknowledged our staff and the job that they do. So first and foremost, I want to acknowledge the 2 individuals responsible for this event. There's a lot that goes into it. It's Steve Sheridan and Beth Tiffany. I also want to make sure I acknowledge our associate and assistant athletic directors, Breanne Brinker, Erin Guillen, and Wally Bizdell. Our sports information office, you'll hear about many achievements tonight, and while it's the athletes that are doing these things, it's our sports information communications office that is doing such a great job publishing these individuals. So to Steve Sheridan, Dom, and Mary, thank you for all your efforts. There's a group that we and our students would be lost without, and that is our athletic trainers and what they do for our programs here. So to Cheryl, Jill, Brandon, Ashley, and Adriana, thank you for everything that you do on behalf of our teams. Our facility staff, who always keep our facilities in top-notch condition and get it ready to play for all of our events that are going on here, no matter the weather. Al, Bailey, and Sean, thank you so much for your efforts. And then to the coaches. I've been back here at Union for just over 20 years now, and I feel as though we have our best staff of coaches that we've had in our time here. And I really appreciate and applaud our coaches, the stance that they take. They're teaching the sport, but they are always teaching life lessons, the game of life, and trying to make these young men and women better people as they leave here, and they achieve that so many different times. So to our coaches, I appreciate what you do. I want to call out and recognize our women's field hockey coach, Kelly Harchitz, and her staff that was recognized as a Conference Coach of the Year staff. And finally, I want to thank the parents for all that you do, all the sacrifices that you made, all the times you're here to support our student athletes, and for entrusting us with your . Some say that the end of the athletic season is actually hard. The senior year is actually harder for the parents because they have nothing to do anymore. But just know you're always welcome at all of our games in the future going forward. I couldn't be proud of who you are and what you do every single day, and I look forward to you joining me as alums of this great institution. So thank you, everyone. It gives me great pleasure to welcome our first speaker and to present the Academic Achievement Award, President David Harris.
Thanks, Jim. Good afternoon, everybody. And we thank a lot of people, but every year I like to say that there's somebody we missed, and that's Jim. So I'm telling you, this job is not easy, being athletic director, right, Jim? And it's not getting any easier. When you look at what's happening in college athletics and trying to balance all of the things with NIL coming, transfer portals, and so forth. And Jim just does a fantastic job year in, year out. So Jim, thanks a lot for everything you do. So congratulations, student athletes. This is always one of my favorite events. It's an opportunity for us to celebrate what you do at Union, not as athletes, not as students, but as student athletes. I'll get back to you, but first let me say something to your families in the back. So as our time at Union has progressed, my wife Ann is here in front, our daughter has gotten increasingly involved in travel sports. And so we feel like we understand you. We understand that you have spent many hours driving, cheering. You found yourself many times in hotels and restaurants and places and wondered, why am I here on this weekend? And where am I? You've experienced, some of you as we have, driving back bleary-eyed, only to have your child wake up after Chipotle or something and say, that wasn't such a bad drive home, was it? So we hear you, and we know all the things you've done, and we thank you for everything you've done to support these young people and allow them to achieve their dreams. I also want to thank the siblings. There's got to be a sibling in your hand. Any siblings? Okay, siblings, you've been through it, right? You've been to practices, you've been to games, you've been on trips that weren't about you, and so thank you for all the sacrifices you've made also to make this possible. So you might want to thank them, athletes. So a couple of weeks ago, I was with President Elizabeth Quiche, who will be the 20th president of Union College, talking about Union. And I talked to her about athletics, and I said, I'm just a huge fan of all sports. And I take it as a tremendous accomplishment, and since the sports season's over, I think I'm going to finish my time at Union with this accomplishment that I was always able to prevent sports fan Dave from embarrassing President Harris. But the biggest reason I support athletics is not because I'm a big sports fan, but it's because of all those life lessons. Because as you hear me talk about all the time, the word wisdom. Wisdom is knowledge plus experience. And that experience happens in many places. But for you folks in the front rows, one of the places it's happened is through athletics. You've learned perseverance. You've learned that hard work doesn't guarantee success, but success rarely comes without hard work. That a lot of young people don't, and that is how to take constructive criticism. It's called coaching, right? To tell you, you think you're the best, you think you got it right, but you know what? There's something else you need to think about doing. And you've also learned resiliency. You've learned this phrase I enjoy, that setbacks are just setups for comebacks, right? Because in life, those are three of the important things that you'll need, and you've gotten them through athletics. I was really pleased that when I talked to Elizabeth about this, she said, yep, I got it, all those things, I'm on board, really excited to get involved and learn more about Union College athletics. So let me give the award, but first I should just warn you that you will see us back at Union Athletics, and I just have to tell you, when you do, I really can't guarantee that former President Harris will be able to contain Dave's enthusiasm as well as President Harris did. So you have to excuse him in advance. So once again, congratulations, and let's get on with recognizing our student athletes. I have the honor of presenting the first award, which is the Presidential Award for Achievement. This award is a team award. It goes to the team with the highest GPA in season. This year, this team had tremendous success, of course, as athletes and as students. They had a combined GPA in season of 3.61, and for the second year in a row, I'm proud to present the Presidential Award for Academic Achievement to Coach Laura Nardelli and the women of the Union College cross country team. Is Laura here? Laura, oh, there she is. Okay. I'm gonna get nervous. I'm thinking we have a video to play or something. Come on up.
I really can't wait to meet President Emeritus. So what you should do is get to know some of these parents groups, because the tailgates they put on are absolutely remarkable. And then we'll see the real Dave come out, which will be great. So President Harris, thank you for everything you've done for this college and the support you have for our students. So I'm going to begin the first part of our award ceremony, and our first award is always the Athletics Appreciation Award. This is an award that goes to somebody outside of the department that goes above and beyond the call of duty in supporting our department and our student athletes. And I can say, with our staff collaborating on this, this was the easiest decision that we had to make as far as who the recipient was going to be this year. This individual's contributions are too many to list in this ceremony here. But he's been a steadfast leader for the college, whether it was his closing of our campaign, securing the college's largest gift in the history of Union College, his incredible leadership through COVID, and the efforts that he made in leveling the playing field for a lot of our sports here. And while all those achievements are great, I can say that there's one thing that I learned from him that's been really, really important to me. What President Harris always did was every single day he thought about the students. In every one of his decisions, he thought about how it would impact the students. And I am forever grateful for his leadership. I'm grateful to call him a friend. And I'm so proud to present David Harris with this year's Athletic Appreciation Award.
Hi, I'm Laura Nardelli, head coach of cross country and track and field, and I am presenting the President's Commission Women's Leadership Award. This award goes to the senior female student athlete who's done the most to promote athletics for women at Union College. And it's fitting that this young lady is recognized right after our president, because like President Harris, Gabby Baker seems to be one of the most widely recognized faces on campus. Personally, I would love to claim her as the face of Union Track and Field, but other factions on campus would beg to differ, such as the Office of Intercultural Missions Intern, the Planning and Priorities Committee, where she conducts monthly reviews, Residential Life, where she was an RA and also a first-gen orientation leader, the Student Government, where she was Vice President of Finance, Senior Gift Committee, where she was a co-chair, and one other thing she did that you might not know is you wouldn't have recognized her face in costume. Gabby was the inaugural Union mascot and also the mascot team manager. I didn't know either. As part of the mascot team, she helped to spread school spirit, interacting with fans and alumni and students at events. Last year, she also had an internship with Paul Tonka in Albany every afternoon, and she still never missed a practice. And how she fit all these things in her days, I do not know. But amidst all this, Gabby had a big career on the track too. Gabby walked on the team as a first year. She had no experience in the sport at all. She was nervous as a cat, and despite being a sprinter, she could not hold a straight line down the track. Her athletic growth has been nothing short of amazing. She holds 3 Union track and field records, is a leadoff or anchor leg of every sprint relay, and she's a locked-in competitor we could count on to run 3 to 4 events every single meet. She's received all Liberty League athletic honors, all Liberty League academic honors, and she's a presidential scholar. But her leadership is what I valued most of all. Gabby led by example, words, and actions, and her integrity is the highest quality, matched by a similar work ethic. She's a 2-year team captain, and that's a big job. I am nothing if not a delegator, and my captains, they take care of so much during the course of every school day, every practice, and our meets that often last 12 hours, sometimes more. And it's a miracle they can actually perform on the track when their time comes. And Gabby is one of the very best team captains that I've had in 35 years of doing this. At Union, she was always my right-hand gal. 2 weeks ago, Gabby won the Union's First Generation Award, a tidbit about her journey to get to Union, about which I had no idea. She just quietly gets things done with intention, pride, excellence, making it all seem easy. It's no wonder she'll soon be in law school at Northeastern University this fall. So look out, world, here she comes. Congratulations, Gabby, for winning the President's Commission Women's Leadership Award.
Well, welcome, first timer here. So just started last year, but that kind of goes into the people that I get to present on today. Today, the first award that I get to present is to the Community Service Award and the Community Outreach. It's presented to a senior student athlete for outstanding service in and around our community. I was assigned the head coach at a late date last year in August. By the way, Tony Macy Women's Hockey, forgot to start with that. And Sophie Matsukis stuck out right away. She came in and made things very easy for me when it came to a transition. She was able to help me with delegating all of the different uniforms and things like that, and making sure that I understood what Union Women's Hockey was about before I even got here. So she made the transition for that super easy. At the same time, I got to see how influential she was in the community, as my in-laws were running a tent downtown at the Greek Festival, and came back one night and was like, "We got to meet your goalie this year." And she went and introduced herself, and just shows how much Sophie was out there. She's somebody who is a huge backstop for us and brings us together. You have to be a little bit more of a calming influence, and somebody who wants to bring people together, especially when you're getting puck miles an hour every day. And coming back and making sure you're still doing it the next day. She was part of our SAC rep. She also, every year, organized our cystic fibrosis game. So CF, she was recognized this year as well in the New York Cystic Fibrosis Foundation, where they honored her at their annual banquet. Again, Sophie around campus was involved in many things. She would always come and make sure our players knew of certain events that were on campus or in the community, and spearheaded everything. Christmas time, making sure that we were out wrapping gifts, going to places within the community. I could always count on her to do those types of things, and I know that my transition here into Union College would not have been the same without her. So it is my pleasure to present this award for community service and community outreach to Sophie Matsuka.
Real quick, President Harris, you mentioned the word resilience, and if I could just acknowledge the senior class in front of me right now, I would argue that the most difficult and most important time period of recruiting is from spring of your junior year. Present an award on leadership, but man, you're all leaders, and to make the decision you did, I would argue that you've had the most difficult path to get to the seats that you're in right now, and I just want a round of applause for all of you for showing that. My name is Kelly Harchetz, head field hockey coach, and I am here to announce the winner of the Leadership Award, presented to a student athlete for exceptional leadership of a team in competition and on campus, providing positive direction for their fellow student athletes. I'd say you can define leadership in a number of different ways. There are some that lead by example. There's some that are vocal leaders. On the field hockey team, we talk a lot about type A and type B personalities, and I think I had probably the most amount of type B personalities on a team that I've ever had before this year, which is great. We love our type Bs. But Ronnie, our type A is our balance, and we don't do what we did this season without Ronnie Flanagan. She is the type A. She's more than her spreadsheets, which are amazing. She loves a good schedule, right? She loves that color coordination, but it's the text every week, keeping everybody in line and informed of what we need to do. It's the mental health check-ins week after week, making sure that her teammates are supported and have a voice. I can think back to Italy, and you're taking, your teammates are taking pictures in front of the Coliseum, in front of the Leaning Tower of Pisa, and there's Ronnie Flanagan running over to fix a hair out of place, to fix an item of clothing, because she knew her teammate would care and want this photo for the rest of her life. And that's Ronnie in every single room that she goes in, right? She's gonna pay attention to the details. She's going to fix the things that she knows that are out of line, because it makes her teammates better, it makes her teammates happy, it makes them more successful. At our banquet, we have a team rock, and it went to Ronnie Flanagan this year. Dependable, reliable. She is the glue that holds together Union Field Hockey. Your work is amazing, all right? And sometimes it goes unseen because it might be behind the scenes here and there, but man, do we notice you. You were named a captain for that. In Union Field Hockey, we always take the I out of Union and replace it with a 1. You are the 1 because you make the team bigger than yourself. Your decisions are all about the team first. I am so thankful for all the work that you've done, and I know your teammates are as well. They named you a captain. She's also your SAC president. And for all of your efforts, Ronnie, for the rest of your life, you can be known as one of the captains of the 2024 regular season Liberty League co-champion field hockey team. I am so honored to present the Leadership Award to the wonderful Ronnie Flanagan.
I don't know how all these coaches are winging it, so I have a speech. My name is Alyssa Trainer, head women's lacrosse coach. I'm here this afternoon to present the Senior Leadership Award, just like Kelly. Some leaders command a room with authority, others guide with calm, and then there are the rare few, like Sarah Murphy, one who leads with laughter, energy, and an unstoppable force of personality that pulls everyone in and lifts everyone up. It's hard to put into words what Sarah has meant to Union Women's Lacrosse, mostly because we're still laughing at something she said in the locker room a couple of days ago. But make no mistake, behind every sideline dance every inside joke, every unforgettable team moment, there's Sarah. She has been the heartbeat of this program, a 2-year captain, yes, but also the one who created the culture that made this team feel like home. She's been the spark in our toughest games, the loudest voice on our sideline, and the person who made every player, from first year to senior, feel like they belonged. Sarah's leadership wasn't about control, it was all about connection. She made it fun, she made it real. She brought the team together not just with her words, but with her heart. And behind all that humor was someone who showed up every single day for her teammates, putting them first always. She held people accountable, but she did it with grace. She brought energy, but she also brought empathy. She created a culture where we could compete hard, support each other endlessly, and still laugh until we cried. Sarah, your legacy is a locker room that feels like family, a sideline that never stops dancing, and a team that will always be louder, stronger, and more united because of you. We are beyond proud to present this year's Leadership Award to the one and only Sarah Murphy.
I don't wing it either, Alyssa. I'm up here again, this time to present the Robert M. Ridings Memorial Award. This goes to a senior female athlete for her attitude, ability, participation, and achievement in intercollegiate sports. Kat Daisy committed and deposited without even telling us coaches that she existed. She primarily played lacrosse and soccer in high school. She was a sprinter during the indoor track season in high school. So when she visited on Accepted Students Day and let us know she was coming, we're like, okay, do you want to take her jog with the team? So she did that, and when they got back, everyone was all smiles, and that's when I knew we had her, but I had no idea what we were getting. Kat competed 3 seasons every year, cross country, indoor track, and outdoor track, with no season-ending injuries, no illnesses, no trips abroad, no breaks. So that fulfills the participation leg of this award. But Kat didn't just participate. She's been in the NCAA championships in cross country twice, more than any woman in 50 years of program history. She's been all region 2 years in a row. She's been all league first team 2 years in a row. She owns nearly a quarter of the record board. My assistant Chris and I were up there on the scaffolding trying to see if we had enough letters to make Kat Daisy 8 times. From the 800 to the 5K, and also the fastest time in 6,000 meters in cross country. So that's the achievement adjective of this award, and also ability, obviously. Now let's talk about attitude. Kat shows up every day with her game face on. She never lets outside influences distract her from her daily, weekly, or season goals. She's the first one to practice, like all good athletes, to arrive for warm-up, the last to finish cooling down. She schedules chats to talk about race plans, weekly training, how she's feeling, you name it. She's one of those few who really does every little thing right. She's also a 3-season captain, and who wouldn't want to follow her lead? She leads by example, but also with words, always encouraging her teammates, building them up, letting them know that success can be theirs too. And on the side, she managed a 3.9 GPA in neuroscience. Safe to say that Kat Daisy completely revamped our women's distance program. She brought a resolve and dedication to training and competing with excellence that had never quite been there before. She was never satisfied, always doing what she needed to do to be better, to be excellent, every day, every year, all year. Kat received this similar award named after different people for each of the past 3 years, so she's had some accomplishments. But when I think of Kat, in my mind's eye, I will always think of this tiny bundle of energy bouncing up and down on the starting line with a huge smile, giving us a big thumbs up because that is just who she is. And I am honored to present Kat Dacey with the Robert M. Ridings Memorial Award.
I'm back. Alyssa, head women's lacrosse coach here at Union. It's my absolute honor to present the Robert M. Ridings Memorial Award given to the most outstanding senior female student athlete of the year. This year's winner is not the one that seeks out the spotlight. In fact, her best work was often the thankless grind, grinding through clears, scooping up ground balls, causing turnovers, and doing the gritty things that don't always show up on a stat sheet. Until you look up at the scoreboard and realize the impact she had on the game. She was the player we gave the ball to in the hardest moments, during full field rides when the clear looked impossible, when we needed someone to take the hit and push through. She never flinched. She never asked for credit. When the pressure was highest, she delivered. In the final 3 games of her career, all playoff games, she scored 5 goals against RPI, 5 points in a win over William Smith, our first win against them since 2015, and 5 goals in the Liberty League championship game against Ithaca. We were down 5 at halftime. She led that comeback. We lost by 1, but it was our first championship appearance in a decade, in part because of her. She plays with heart, every second, every possession, and she never came off the field. She's already in the Union record books for career assists, but she never cared about that, because anyone who's ever watched her play knows exactly how much she matters with or without the stats. She's fierce and focused during games and absolutely hilarious when she's not. That balance of intensity and joy is part of what made her such a magnetic leader. She's a 2-year captain whose toughness, grit, and humor shaped the soul of this team. She leads by example, and now our team plays tough because she does. Her teammates love her, her coaches trust her, and this program is forever better because she's been a part of it. She's impacted every single person, and she will be deeply, deeply missed. Greta, thank you for your heart, your fire, your leadership, and your legacy. You've made Union Lacrosse and Union College incredibly proud. This year's Robert M. Ridings Memorial Award goes to Greta Maurer.
Sorry you have to hear me again. It's not me, it's the students. I am pleased to present the William B. Jaffe 26th Athletic Award, which goes to a senior male athlete for his attitude, ability, participation, and achievement in intercollegiate sports. When I first met Sam Ahern on campus the summer before his high school senior year, it's clear he had a lot going for him. Terrific talent, outgoing personality, a good sense of humor, and of course, he would add good looking. He applied early decision. Right then, I knew my calendar was going to extend 2 years beyond the regular season for both indoor and outdoor track for the next 4 years. And I thought to myself, saddle up, Nardelli. This is going to be quite a ride. And he did not disappoint. Sam was Liberty League Rookie of the Week, his very first meet, and he continued to dominate sprints and the podium for the Liberty League and all Atlantic region for 4 years. Despite a few ups and downs with injuries, he consistently, for 8 seasons, freshman year through senior year, scored more points than any other man on our team. He holds Union records in 4 events, was named to All-Region Team 3 times, and this year capped off his career by making the NCAA championship in the 200 meters. He was among the fastest 20 sprinters in the country. Sam also excels in classes as an econ major. He's in the Economic National Honor Society, student government class treasurer, an executive board and house manager for Theta Delta Chi, student investment club, and apparently I just learned the club golf team. Sam and I did not always see eye to eye. We had some moments for sure. And on occasion, I discovered some language I did not realize I had in me. And I am not certain what happened over last summer. Maybe someday he'll tell me. But Sam returned in September as a completely different version of himself that I always believed but never dared to hope he could be. As a captain and leader this year, Sam stepped up big time. He was absolutely invaluable. So in track and field, we have captains for each event group, and some are quiet leaders who set an example in the classroom. Some are performance leaders who are on the podium every week. Some are social leaders who make sure that everyone feels supported and has fun. Well, Sam was all of these things and more, except maybe the quiet part. But he has that special sauce. He was the first to arrive at practice to begin his warm-up, but more importantly, to set up the speakers so he could blast his 70s tunes. And I would like to personally thank his parents for passing down their taste in music. That was a nice break. He was 100% positive 100% of the time, even when things weren't going great for him. His magnetic personality had guys on the team following everything he did all the time, and he was doing everything right. He can convince most everyone to do most anything, and that is simply amazing quality to have as a team captain, and we will miss that most of all. So it's come full circle. After receiving the Freshman Athletic Prize 4 years ago, I'm so happy this senior year to present the William B. Jaffe Athletic Award to Sam Ahern. Congratulations.
Hi, I'm John Muller. I'm the head baseball coach here at Union College. I'm here to announce the co-winner of the William B. Jaffe Award presented to the most outstanding male student athlete of the year. Chris Suter will go down as one of the best pitchers in Union baseball history. Statistically, he finishes up his career as Union's all-time leader in wins, starts, innings pitched, while also ranking 4th all-time in strikeouts. Chris was also named Union's male freshman and male sophomore athlete of the year. With his all-league selection this year, he is now the first pitcher in Union history to earn such honors for all 4 years. In my 2 years at Union, I have seen Chris work tirelessly, both on and off the field to be the best version of himself. He's a captain, an excellent leader, and a strong role model for all players that have been around him. On the field, it's been awesome to watch him compete and attack the game. It's also been pretty awesome to know that anytime I give him the ball to start that day, we have a chance to win. We have an excellent chance to win. His numbers this year and over his career speak for themselves, but the mark and impact Chris has left on our program has been significant beyond just the statistics. It's been an absolute pleasure to coach Chris, and I look forward to the many successes he has in front of him as he moves on to the next chapter of his life. I'm very proud and honored to present William B. Jaffe Award to senior captain and our ace, Chris Suter.
A lot of great speeches I seem to have to follow, but congratulations to all the award winners so far and in the future. My name is Matt McPhillips, and I'm the women's head golf coach here at Union, and I'm here to announce the winner of the Senior Scholar Athlete Award, presented to the student athlete who showcases outstanding performance in the classroom, community, and playing arena. This team-leading scholar athlete, with a career average under 80, I'll have you know, has been an absolute joy to coach from the day I arrived at Union 2 years ago. Super organized might be an understatement, borderline assistant coach with getting me on the same page schedule-wise and beyond. 2-year team captain that I've been here. Also from her ever-present ability to be available for her teammates, that sticks out to me right out of the gate. Also to her complete academic dedication in the Leadership in Medicine program, to her relentless pursuit of excellence on the golf course, Quick little sidebar, she closed out her collegiate playing career at Pinehaven Country Club with a 76 in the Liberty League Championship. Nothing to sneeze at all. To also bringing me back better coffee from Australia when she went for a term abroad. Can't thank you enough for that. All while maintaining a 3.98 cumulative GPA, which is unbelievable. And it leads me to be very honored to present the Senior Scholar Athlete Award to Liz Bensianov.
Hi, I'm Karen Perrin, the women's soccer coach here at Union. I'm here to announce the winner of the Award for Academic Excellence. This is presented to a senior student athlete for outstanding performance in the classroom and in academic pursuits. Majoring in biomedical engineering, this student athlete was highly involved in the Union community during her college career. Addie was a 4-year member of our team. A dedicated and passionate student athlete, she contributed 3 goals during her career. Addie showed discipline and dedication both on and off the soccer field. A great teammate, friend, and community member, she surely has used her college years to build a strong resume of experiences for what's next. Worked to create many influential engineering projects as a part of her coursework. Although her final year here at Union on the team wasn't exactly what she planned with the injury, I have no doubt that she's coming back stronger than ever, ready to sprint up and down the flank again and run campus loops in no time. We will miss Addie and the rest of the Zimmerman family as they have spent countless hours in dedication to the Union College community. Addie is preparing for a position in the commercial leadership program with GE Vernova starting in July. This 2-year rotational program is designed to help train leaders in GE Vernova's commercial organization. This provides broad foundation in sales, marketing, and commercial operations. We are very excited for Addie. Congratulations again to Addie Zimmerman for the Award for Academic Excellence.
Hello again. This time I'll start. Tony Macy, women's hockey. I get to present what I would consider one of the faces of Union women's hockey over the course of our history. We have 2 awards that we'll be presenting to her today. The Award for Academic Excellence presented to the senior student athlete for outstanding performance in the classroom and in academic pursuits, as well as the Stephen Ritterbusch Class of '68 Award presented annually to the student athlete who best exemplifies sound mind in sound body, the attributes of scholar athlete and former Board of Trustee member Stephen Ritterbusch, Class of '68. I'm going to start by thanking Steve. One great job here, but also I want to thank you for allowing me not to have to go through Mar's incredible list of awards that she would have won and had to present today. Okay, he said keep it to these awards and give a little bit more about Mar and herself, because I know that we'd be here for another half hour based on the production that she's done over the course of this year and her time here at Union College. I can't speak enough about Mar and the person that she is. My first day in the locker room, I walked in, super excited, started to address the leadership group, and called her Marin. And as many of you know, in potentially the hockey world, I did not check the game notes on that and needed to make sure I said the right name. She didn't chastised me at all for that, just said, oh, it's Marn, and from then on, I just made sure I just used Mar rather than the full name. So thanks, Mar, for that. But Mar helped establish what we've created now as the new U at Union Women's Ice Hockey. Not only on the ice, but off the ice. True leader, captain, compassion in everything. She made sure that anything that she did, she strived for being elite. At the beginning of the year, when her teammates had her be a captain, she came in, and this type of person she is, she said, I have a lot of work I have to do. I'm really focused on school. I just want you to know I'm going to do my best job as a captain, but I do have all this other time that I'm going to be spending. And she crushed both of them. If there were 30 hours in a day, she figured out how to use it. And just couldn't be more proud of her and what she helped us accomplish this year. One of the biggest accomplishments, and Jim brought it up earlier, was our Mandy Schwartz ECAC award that she won this past season. We were able to present it. President Harris came on the ice. We tried to keep it a secret as long as we could. Parents and get everybody on ice to make it a nice surprise. But I think the biggest feather in Mar's cap was seeing her teammates celebrate with her and how happy they were for her. That, to me, says a lot about you, Mar. Again, Mar's lasting legacy is something that on the ice will always be there, and as well off the ice. She was just recently named one of the 7 valedictorians as well, so congratulations, Mar, to that. 4.0 throughout her entire college career. Pretty impressive. So with that, I would like to present these 2 awards, the Award for Academic Excellence and the Stephen Ritterbush Class of 68 Award to Maren Friday.
I couldn't be prouder or more fortunate to work at Union College with this great staff and terrific group of student athletes. And it gives me great pleasure now to welcome our speaker, Kat Dacey.
Hi, everybody. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Kat Dacey. I'm a senior, and I'm a former member of the women's cross country and track and field teams here at Union. But I am still a runner. I would say all 3 of those things feel kind of strange to say. I don't know how 4 years have already gone by. I don't know how my college athletic career is over. But weirdly enough, calling myself a runner still feels kind of new to me. I grew up playing just about every sport except basketball, as anyone who's played cornhole against me this week could tell you. Of course, my favorite parts of the sports were the running parts. I was always eager for the end of my Little League softball games when we got to do a relay race around the bases. I ended up running indoor track in high school to stay in shape for lacrosse, but I only took it half seriously. The best part about it was the team. I loved standing around at practice, joking around. Not so much the running part, even though I did beg my coach to run a 4x4 relay pretty much every meet. Sorry, Coach Nardelli, I would never do that now. In seriousness, though, I will forever be grateful for the opportunity that was gifted to me 4 years ago in April. On a whim, my dad's suggestion, I sent an email to Coach Nardelli just hoping for a chance to walk onto the track team to maybe run 400s and 800s. I had a phone call with her soon after, and I was told to arrive on August 23rd for a cross-country preseason. Never even got the chance to think it over, but I'm glad that I didn't. Running has become basically everything to me these past 4 years. I've fallen in love with running 6Ks through the woods and grass, something I never thought would be possible to love. and running an appalling number of laps around the track. To be fair, I actually only love running about 4 laps. I'm never doing 12 and a half again. Just one and done. I've learned so much about the sport, about hard work, about myself, and I've gained so much from the UC XCTF experience. I guess the lesson in my story is to follow your heart. It will take you great places and bring you great things. I think the greatest things that were brought to me would be my friends and my teammates, some of the most important people in my life. These friendships that have come to me through this team are entirely irreplaceable. It's brought me my 2 wonderful roommates and my best friends, all of our kids, all of our sophomores and freshmen that will carry on what we've been doing with this team the past few years. And my biggest role models. Some of them are off in the real world. Any of you that know Ali Malatesta. We were all brought together by the shared trauma of spending 8 hours in the Utica Dome or running repeat thousands around the grass at Collins Park in 85-degree heat. I'm sure every team has their experiences like that, but having your teammates there with you makes all the rough times seem not so bad. The friends for the rest of our lives. I'm proud to share the title of Union Athlete here with all of you. I will miss the community that exists here. Favorite part to be watching the men's hockey team dance along in the stands when women's lax scores a goal. I think I can speak for all of us in thanking the amazing people that work so hard for Union Athletics, our trainers, our athletic directors, the communication staff, and of course, our coaches. I want to say thank you especially to my coaches. To Coach Nardelli for giving me the opportunity to represent Union. To Coach Chris for loving this sport and this team so much. It shows, and we are so, so grateful. Thank you for working with me every step of the way and helping me achieve things I never thought I could do 4 years ago. To Steve for putting up with all the track team's ridiculous media day photo ideas. To Doc Wally for providing lots of guidance that has helped me both in running and in life. And to Jim for leading athletics so well and for always being a friendly face around campus. As we all go on past our time here at Union, many of us hanging up our spikes, or our cleats, our sticks, our uniforms, there are valuable lessons we are taking with us. During my junior year cross-country season, I remember discussing my race plan with Coach Chris for the regional meet. That's the meet that determines national qualifiers. I wasn't feeling very ready going into the weekend. I really wanted to qualify. It was a big goal of mine, but I was doubting myself. I remember the advice that he gave me because I felt that it was applicable to much more than just one cross-country race. He told me to get out hard and to put myself in a bit of an uncomfortable spot, but to trust it. To trust that I would come out of it and that I would be fine. It ended up being great advice for that race, and it took me to my first national meet and sent me striving for bigger goals. As for life, some things are going to feel like huge undertakings or giant leaps that just seem impossible to make. But I encourage you to take Coach Chris's advice here and just go for it. Trust yourselves. Trust that you've done the work, that you have the abilities to succeed, and that you have your friends and your family that will support you along the way. You are all amazing and hardworking people. You had to be to live the student-athlete life here at Union. Know that, and hold it with you wherever your heart ends up taking you. Thank you.
Thank you, Kat. I'll say track and field is not top 5 in the worst media days I have. So there's plenty of other sports who know who they are. The coaches certainly know who they are. But that's for a different day. Hi, everyone. My name is Steve Sheridan, the Assistant Athletic Director for Communications here at Union, and it gives me great pleasure to be the one to call up our seniors today to receive their Block U's. As Jim detailed earlier, it's been another amazing season, and I've had the honor of seeing so many accomplishments for our seniors and others, whether on the court or field, course or track, ice, pool, or river. I continue to be awed by the things that you do in competition, while also excelling in the classroom and finding the time to do so many other things outside of athletics. And I hope that you got as much from your time on campus as we get from watching and coaching you. At this time, I invite our seniors to come forward when your name is called to receive your Block U from members of our athletic training staff. Gabby Acosta. Ashley Adams. Morgan Adams. Sam Ahern. Jack Anderson. Jonathan Anderson. Olivia Anderson. Lauren Armstrong. Gabby Baker. Liam Beck. Sarah Beckwith. Liz Bensionoff. Mitchell Bishop. Matt Blasi. Grace Buchanan. Chris Bulmer. Riley Callahan. Grace Canapari. Connor Kavanaugh. Sophia Poplik. Drew Priori. Seth Presco. Luke Rader. Patrick Riley. Nani Sabetsko. Luke Stennett. Sam Straza. Maddie Suter. Chris Suter. That's Chris. Vivian Tidd. Robbie Tolbert. Paige Trombley. Arlie Truquet. Josh Vaidman. Christina Valenti. Caden Villegas. Keelan Bergolto. Charlie Whiteford. Susanna Wright. Kyle Zaslaw.